Hi, Eric Neufeld at Deniki Outdoors. Our last and final segment on tube flies, we've talked about the how and why of tubes. Today we're going to talk about the versatility of tubes, adding lead, adding weight to the front of your tube, in addition to building different tube flies with different tubes. So basically taking your tube fly to the next level, pumping it up. So I'm going to go ahead and take your standard Idles marabou tube here, a fly that is very basic in form but has a lot of versatility and function. You can take this fly, and if you wanted to just get down a slight bit, you could fish it either on a floating line unweighted, or you can add it to a type 3 tip, a type 6 tip, different sink tips to get it down. Now, if you want to increase your sink rate, which you do a lot of times, you go ahead and add a little bit of weight. So there's a lot of options there for somebody. I've picked 4 options today that I think are that are easy to get, that are easy to interchange, and that are fundamentally different. On the light end is your standard bead head. You can simply add a bead to the front of your tube to help that fly get down just a slight bit. I've added a liner to all of these either cones or beads to basically give it a nice smooth transition. If there's any burrs or nicks inside of the aluminum or the tungsten, it won't fray your line. So adding a liner tube to any of these is a good idea to prevent any abrasion. Taking it up just a notch, just a little bit heavier, there's a new product out there called fish heads or fish skulls. These fish skulls are basically just a little aluminum heads. You can put eyes on them if you want, and they just fit right onto the front of these tubes really well. This is the size small, works really, really well on our standard tube, and now you've added just a little bit of weight to get the fly down just a little bit more. If you're looking for some real submersion, really sinking or soaking the fly quickly, you can go ahead and add a tungsten or a tungsten tube or cone. Again, I've lined it. It goes ahead and just slip it right onto the leader, right down to the fly, and you're ready to go. Last and finally, if you're looking for maximum depth, you're really looking for that fly to get down quickly, you can add a fairly large tungsten cone or bullet weight. These are typically used when you're fishing rubber worms for bass, but if you want to get your fly down quickly, the two of them together are a serious depth charge. Scott Howell talks a little bit about this in Skagit Master 2. Really quite fascinating methodology to get your fly down quickly. So I've gone ahead and talked about the different types of lead or weight that you can add to the flies. Let's talk about the versatility of the fly with other flies. So here I have a standard Idles bunny tube fly. It's pre-rigged, it's all ready to go. If I was fishing on the coast and it was fairly average conditions, this black leech would be perfect. Say we get a really heavy rainfall, then for a couple days water comes up. I need a fly that's a little bit bigger profile, or say I want to take this fly, I want to make it into a king salmon fly. How do I do that? Go ahead and take your standard marabou tube and put the two together. So what I'm doing is creating a little bit larger fly. Just simply thread the fly together. Now I have a marabou collar with a rabbit leech tail. Say I want this fly to get down a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and take my tungsten cone that's orange, kind of give it an egg-sucking look. Just go ahead and thread it right on to the fly, and I've created a fairly large fly, 3 different parts that individually could be great summer on steelhead flies, together make a really cool king salmon fly, or even a really cool big winter steelhead fly. So using different types of cone heads or lead head material, tungsten head material to give you weight, you can go ahead and vary your fly with different types of tube flies. Here's the Hartwick's Hosier, a pink fly, great winter one fly. If I just want this fly to get down just a tad bit more, go ahead, take my big bullet weight, give it the depth charge, really send it down to the bottom, and I'm in business.